I am Magnus, and I will be sharing short stories about comics and art. Hi, on today's Magnus Collecting Magnus, I want to show you some art that was never or barely never published. As you might know, the original Gold Key run of Magnus Robot Fighter started with 28 original issues before it took a pause and then continued with reprints. But there do exist pencils for one issue 29, drawn by Paul Norris, unfortunately never published. After the reprint issues, the whole of Gold Key was preparing for a new comeback. There were complete issues drawn of several different titles, including Magnus Robot Fighter, and even editor approval copies printed. Actually, I learned the hard way never to put in a bid too early on auction sites when I missed the editor copy for Magnus issue 47. But I do have the art. And also issue 48. This is the cover art for issue 47. And its color guide. These issues were drawn by Frank Ball, who had the kindness of making me a cover reproduction also. There does also exist a suggestion for a kind of child book based on Magnus 48. And here's a extract of how they wanted to reduce the art. Also, once again, never happened. So then Magnus was dormant until Valiant planned to restart the character. For a short while, they were thinking about a complete revamp. This art only saw light as an early ad and not more. Then they started drawing the early issues and actually even managed to produce more pages than what fit in the comics. Here's an example of one such page. There did exist plans to publish trade paperbacks with all the art. The trade paperback that is out now is just the same as the published comics. This trade paperback that would have contained additional art never saw daylight. But I think that this could have been the cover for it. If anyone knows more about this last one, please tell me in the comments. Another example of unpublished Valiant art. The bridge between Valiant's universe in the modern current day and the future world of Magnus was a comic called Rise Zero. There exists two different versions of Rise Zero. One that wasn't published, with art by Joe St. Pierre, and here's a pencil page from that one. I also have some other in-house art that I'm not sure what they were meant for, but that really should have been published. Gorgeous art by Joe Quesada and Ernie Colan. After Valiant had gone through several iterations. There were actually plans for another restart. Here's pencil art by Jim Starlin, never came to be a published project. Does look quite promising. And finally, I want to finish off with something that shows what a favorite of comic artists Magnus always has been. When he was in complete hiatus, there were a set of writers and artists that came together and wanted to publish a whole new version. Unfortunately, the rights holders of the days were not interested. But here, nice art by Sean Clarity and Damon Hacker. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe.